Hello, you guys. It's your girl Adrian from the One Race Fango channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. We're going to be reviewing episodes 23 and 24 called Unbelievable Part 1 and Part 2. I absolutely love these episodes from season 13 of Degrassi. These are some of my favorite episodes from this season. I know a lot of fans didn't like how the storyline was kind of wrapped within two parts of episodes. But to me, I feel like there was no reason for them to drag Zoe's sexual assault storyline, especially if you had the guy tell her, especially if the person who did it kind of like told her, then automatically there needed to be something that needed to be done. So I feel like those who just didn't like it because they didn't like how quickly they wrapped it up, then I feel like y'all really missed the point of how good Zoe's sexual assault storyline actually was. Because to me, I feel like Zoe has the best sexual assault storyline on the show. I feel like her storyline was very dark, and I feel like a lot of people kind of overlook it. And I'm gonna mention that when I get to her court cases, because I feel like those episodes in court where her trying to wanted to get justice for what happened to her really shows how dark her sexual assault was. I know a lot of people say Darcy's was dark, hers was dark too, but I feel like I feel like hers was just really good. Like, I like Zoe's a lot, maybe because of how they had more an advantage to it. Like, there was more they could do by. Let me just get into it. Let me just get into it. So, Unbelievable Part 1 and Part 2 is basically picking up after the party that Miles had at his house. Zoe wakes up. She finds out she's still at Miles' house. She's in his pool house. She can see that her underwear and everything, her bathing suit was on the floor. Frankie walks in and she asks Frankie what the hell happened last night. Frankie pulls out her phone, go to, what's the name of their, is it Face Range? Is that like their Instagram? So Frankie pulls up Face Range and she showed Zoe pictures of her, dancing, stripping half naked. Zoe says she doesn't remember it and that she just want to go to school and just get over whatever the hell happened last night. We get to the scene. Becky is telling Imogen that she wants to be a real journalist and that she wants to do a story where she feel like girls are held accountable for when they drink. And Imogen says she feel like it's too controversial for Degrassi TV, and Becky says she actually wants to do it. So Becky's gonna go around and interview kids about how much have they had to drink and what have they done on alcohol. So we go to the scene where Miles and Maya are in the class, and Maya is still pissed at Miles for throwing a party after he promised them a very peaceful romantic night. He bought her a gift to basically buy her forgiveness, and she said he can't buy her forgiveness, and he said he can't focus on basketball if she's mad at him. First of all, you totally forget there's even a fucking basketball team until this very episode, because Miles and Tristan are on the team, but they never have a game, anything. You totally forget it's even something until this episode. And then even after, they're not even on a team. What about season 14? There's no basketball team. There's no nothing. Like, it's like this school don't even have sports anymore. There's no basketball team. There's no nothing. Like, you totally forget there's even a fucking basketball team by the time they do this storyline. So there's something I do want to point out in that scene with Miles and Maya. He bought Maya a gift. Now, there's something I just said about Miles and his father relationship. Miles and his father relationship is kind of like an abusive relationship, right? Miles and his father relationship is like an abusive relationship. The dad, to like get Miles back in line, he'll buy him a gift to shut him up and, basically tell him that, him and Miles are cool. But it just takes one thing for Miles to do for his father to tick and to crack, just to make him treat Miles like shit all over again. I feel like Miles kind of followed that for his other relationships. Not more like the abusive tactic, but more like with Maya, right? He's buying her a gift so he could buy her forgiveness, basically tell her she need to get over that they didn't have a romantic night. He kind of follows that from what his father does to him, and it's like I can't necessarily blame him. And it's kind of crazy because this is just something I'm just not realizing, because I feel like his relationship with Tristan was more manipulative than his relationship with Maya wasn't as manipulative. It was just more like they did not need to be together, because Maya and Miles always broke up. They were either breaking up, getting back together, and it was just I was kind of over it. So Maya told him that she's not gonna accept the gift, and she leave it on his desk, and she walks out of the class. I think the next scene, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Becky going around. No, the next scene is where Zoe is dancing for some fucking dance competition they're having, and you know, she's talking to Frankie about how they need to keep up with the moves and shit. And the other girl that's part of it, I don't even know her name. She's just some black girl. She come in and she tells Zoe that she was late because she was busy taking up for her. And she said taking up for her for what? There's a video going around of Zoe, pictures and photos of her saying that she hooked up with guys at the party. And the black girl tells Zoe that a lot of people in the school feel like she hooked up with this guy in this picture, in this video. And Zoe asked them, do they think she really hook up with guys at parties? Frankie had the audacity to say, isn't that what she did with Drew? Yo, when I tell y'all, I got so fucking pissed and so fucking mad when Frankie said that, because number one, Drew was not random. Drew and Zoe was in a situationship, and second of all, when she and Drew slept together, there wasn't a party. It was more like an after-school get-together. It was just a couple of kids hanging out at Miles' house. It wasn't like it was a whole fucking party. Not like how it was in the last episode. It wasn't no fucking party. It was just kids, in the pool and all types of shit. Her and Drew were in a situationship when they slept together. There was nothing random about it. So when Frankie said that shit, it pissed me off so fucking bad, because I cannot believe she said that shit. Becky's going around. No, when Frankie said that shit, Zoe said that she would be the only one. How the fuck can I say this? She said since she's the only one in there who's had sex, that she will know if she's had sex. And told them to forget about the fucking rumors and let's get on track with this dance competition. Then there's a scene where Becky's going around asking Dallas, Claire, and Drew, have they ever drunk alcohol? They all lied and said no. And then she's talking to her brother about why she feel like she's not turned out to be a journalist because she might be too nice and not as assertive. I really don't care about her and her brother conversation, so we're gonna move on. We skip to the scene in the classroom with Maya. We skip to the classroom scene where Miles and Zoe are in. Zoe is, trying to rack up her mind of what the fuck happened last night. She asked Miles, did they hook up? And he told her no. She said the only person she remembered talking to last at the party was him. And she wanted to know if they had sex, and he told her no. And he said that she almost took her clothes off, they almost hooked up, and then she passed out and he put her in the pool house. And she said, and then she said, how disgusting would that have been had they hooked up? And he was like, hey, and she said he'd go back to doing whatever he was doing. Then there's a scene where Becky interviews Zoe and asks her how much to drink does she have at the party, because there's videos of her basically stripping naked. And then, she's telling Imogen that she doesn't think she's cut out to be a journalist because she's not assertive. Imogen pulls out her phone and show her a video that was, I guess, what they would call it, airdropped of, these two guys, doing disturbing things to Zoe, touching her body, filling her up. Imogen had the nerve to say she thought it might have been Drew since they did. I'm like, are you kidding me? First of all, the guy in the video is wearing a basketball jacket. Drew was not a basketball player. Drew was the school president. These episodes really pissed me off because it's to the fact that everybody thought it was Drew. And it pissed me off because it's like, just because him and Zoe had a situationship doesn't mean that... I don't understand. It's like, if you know Drew as much as you say you do, how could you even think he's capable of something? And then Becky had the nerve in that scene. Becky said she wanted to get justice for Zoe, put the story out there. Imogen said, what happened to you saying girls are responsible for when they drink? And then, Becky said she was wrong because she said it doesn't matter how much anybody drinks, they shouldn't be assaulted. And I definitely agree. Then there's a scene in the classroom. I'm pretty sure it's the next day of school because she's wearing a different completely outfit. She asked Drew, is that him in the video with Zoe? And he said no. And he got really mad, and he said that she looks completely out of it, and she might not. She said, Drew said that that Zoe looked completely out of it. Becky said she asked Zoe, and she said she couldn't remember, and he said that makes sense. And she said, how could she not remember? And he told her that sometimes when you have so much to drink, you kind of black out and you don't remember. And him and Becky both said that whoever did this to Zoe, they assaulted her, pretty much. If she doesn't remember, she was assaulted, pretty much. The fuck. And Zoe and Frankie and the black girl, they all in the hallway. They're talking. A video airdrops of Zoe at the party. She looks at it and she doesn't remember anything. Like, she does not remember what's going on in the video, what happened. Like, this scene to me was so dark and like so chilling, because this is a video that all the kids got, all of them. Where the fuck is Principal Simpson? Like, how was he not aware of this? Like, this is a video that all the kids saw in school. I feel like everybody slut-shamed Zoe in here. Like, when they was going around asking questions, everybody had the nerve to say, oh, she's an actress. Oh, she was at the party acting a little wild. And it's like, does that mean she deserved it? I'm not understanding. What are y'all talking about? Like, it doesn't matter what a girl does at a party. That doesn't give anybody the right to take advantage of her. It don't matter how much she had to drink or whatever the fuck. That does not mean she was asking for it. So, when everybody kept saying that shit, it was just pissing me off so fucking bad. And then, Becky asked Principal Simpson, Becky, Imogen, and Drew get an airdrop video of Miles and Winston dragging Zoe to the pool house. Becky goes to Principal Simpson and asks him, is it okay for her to upload this on Degrassi TV? And he said, this is way bigger than Degrassi TV. They need to get the police involved. And that's exactly what he do. Maya and Miles get back together. And Maya said that he's on probation. And Miles said that's only if he doesn't screw up again. Winston said, yeah, let's see how long that lasts. Police walk in and ask Miles and Winston, they need to ask some questions that happened at his party. We get to the next episode. The police are questioning Maya. I don't know why I keep saying Miles. Maya. Fucking talk. Ugh. Damn, that's the thing. The next episode, the police are questioning Maya. Oh my fucking God. The next fucking day, the police are questioning Miles and Winston. What the fuck? Why the fuck can I not say those niggas' names? Anywho, the police are questioning Miles and Winston and asking them, did they assault Zoe? They're asking Zoe, does she remember what happened in the video? She says she remembered talking to two guys, but she doesn't remember who they were. Miles and Winston said they didn't hurt Zoe. Winston shows that the video is at two different times from when Zoe got assaulted and when they dragged her in the pool house. Becky said she felt sorry because she said something without really knowing the whole story, and that she said if they didn't do it, then who the fuck did? We go to the council meeting with Drew, Dallas, and Claire. They feel like the pep rally in the gang should be canceled because someone on the basketball team basically assaulted Zoe. Dallas doesn't agree with it, and Drew was pissed because he said every guy in the school is getting plastered with rapists. He's feeling guilty because he said that she was at that party because of him, because they broke up. So he's feeling a little bit responsible. Maya's asking Miles in the classroom, why was him and Zoe even together at the party, and what happened, and there's more to the story that he's not telling her. He's a little quiet, not answering her questions. He's trying to come up with lies to tell next. Imogen had the nerve to say, why does Becky care so much about what happened to Zoe? They're not friends. That pissed me off because it's like, Imogen, it doesn't matter if I'm not her friend or not. At the end of the day, what happened to her shouldn't have happened just because she was drunk. It doesn't matter. Like Becky said, what if it was you? What if it was me? Do you think I shouldn't care? You think I should just look the other way? Like, I can't believe Imogen even said that shit. For real, for real. Zoe goes to the hospital and the doctor definitely tells her that she was assaulted. She goes to the school and, Frankie's basically Frankie is a horrible friend. I definitely understand why Zoe was so mean to her in season 14, because Frankie was like Zoe's only real friend in this season. And I feel like when Zoe was trying to make friends, people shut her down because they even was going off rumors saying she was a slut. Frankie's telling Zoe that the rumors around school are basically saying that, she slept with those two guys and she regretted it, and then she called rape because she regretted it. And Zoe asked Frankie, do she really believe that? And Frankie said it's kind of what happened with Drew, right? And then she told Zoe, Frankie told Zoe that, you know, when Zoe and Drew had sex and she regretted it, she did go around to the school and say that he raped her. I will give Frankie that. I feel like the writers should have never done that. The writers should never have let Zoe tell her mom that, you know, that Drew, you know, raped her. Because that's not what happened. What happened between Drew and Zoe was completely consensual. But for Frankie to say she believed that, you know, that Zoe is making it up that she was raped and that she just regretted sleeping with those two guys, I feel like, Frankie, you know what? You deserve what happened to you in season 14. And you know what? I don't say that too often. But Frankie, at the end of the day, your friend needed you. Your friend needed you. Zoe needed friends in this time. Not bitches that's completely judging her or thinking she would make up lies because they feel like this certain obsession about her or this fucking image about her. At the end of the day, how can you even sit there and say, oh yeah, girl, we know you made that up because you did it with Drew. Granted, yes, she did that shit with Drew. Maybe she shouldn't have done that shit. But at the end of the day, for you to sit here and say, oh, I think I'm going to go with the rumors, I actually believe that you made it up. It's like, Frankie, you deserve what happened to you in season 14. Because at the end of the day, in this moment, Zoe needed fucking friends. And you were her only fucking friend. Her only friend. How can you even sit here and say you believe it? How? So, and then Frankie had the audacity to say that Zoe was walking around the party drunk saying she wanted to make out with guys, and then Zoe said, so that mean I was asking for it. Frankie shrugs her shoulders and said, kinda, I guess. And, you know, Zoe started crying and told her, you know what, go to the cafe, she could be by herself. I felt so bad for Zoe because I feel like in this moment she needed fucking friends, not people who are fucking judging her. What? So Grace tell Drew, Becky, and Imogen to, you know, to get the ball rolling because they move a little bit too slow. Email all the basketball guys on the team and tell them, I already know what you did, your buddy ratted you out. And, you know, Miles has the audacity to go up to Zoe and tell her she needs to tell Maya that nothing between them happened at the party. And she told Miles that, do you have any idea what's it like to not know what happened to you? Do you know what it's like? And he said he knows she's going through something, but he really need her to tell Maya that nothing happened between them. So we go to the hallway scene where Imogen and Becky are like, you know, trying to see what guys on the basketball team crack. So as they're peeking around the corner, Becky's brother and this other nigga on the team tripping about the email they got talking about somebody said that they know what they did at the party. Yep. So the guy that's Becky's brother, I don't even know what the fuck his name is. I don't know what her brother's name is, but Becky's brother and the guy that sexually assaulted Zoe are panicking because they said they got an email that somebody saying that they ratted each other out about what they did to Zoe at the party. Becky's brother is telling him to chill, stop trying to crack underneath pressure because if you act suspicious, we're going to get caught. They ask you something, you say nothing. So Becky asks for his phone. She goes to his phone. She sees videos, pictures of what him and his friend did to Zoe at the party. Them kissing her while she unconscious, touching her body up and down. This shit was dark. Like, watching that shit was very dark. Becky's brother confronted Zoe and told her that him and his friend was the ones who did it, and he said that he wants her to stop ruining his life. And he said today, even if she was to open her mouth and say something, nobody would believe her because he's a good Christian guy. He's on a basketball team. He played hockey. You know, he has a good reputation of himself in the school where nobody's going to believe that he would ever do this to a girl, right? So we skip to, you know, the end of the episode. Zoe see the guy, Becky's brother, I don't even know what his fucking name is, Becky's brother, trying to hit on Frankie. And, you know, she make a scene and she, actually, no, I don't want to say make a scene. She pushes him off of Frankie and confronts him in front of the whole school and say that you guys want to meet the star of my video. There he is. And that he assaulted her while she was unconscious and helpless. And he's talking about you can't go around and just accuse people of that shit. And then Becky said that she know it was him. She has videos and pictures. So she did the right thing by snitching on her brother because it was the right thing to do. I don't give a fuck how much you love your siblings or how loyal you might be. If they did something that's against the moral grain or against your moral code, you need to snitch. Because I would have done the same thing had it been my brother. I don't give a fuck. If my brother would have done some shit like that to a female when I know that he loves me, it makes me feel like, damn, would you ever do that to me? That's the type of shit that would be going in my head. So Becky was not wrong for telling on her brother. At the end of the episode, I love that everybody was there for Zoe, you know, walking her to and from class and just making her feel comfortable and safe. Granted, it should be her fucking friends, not people that she don't talk to. Like, the only person she talked to at the end of the episode was Tristan. She don't talk to Maya, she don't talk to Miles, she don't talk to Drew or Dallas. I wish it was her actual fucking friends. She hugged Becky and told her that she did the right thing and that she didn't know that was her brother, and she's not mad at her, nor is she holding a grudge. So these episodes are a fucking 10 out of 10. These episodes are fucking amazing. They're really good. Like, Degrassi, like I said, so I can have a hate-love relationship with season 13, but they definitely had some episodes in this season and storylines that I definitely like. But yeah, these are episodes 24 and 25, Unbelievable Part 1 and Part 2. These episodes are 10 out of 10. Catch you guys in my next review.